Hi everybody, this is Ahmed Afifi from Team4. With me is Christian and Gideon. We're going to present a Question CF application for the Institute of Child Health. First, some background about Question CF. It's a research team that researches cystic fibrosis, mainly in children. As part of this research, patients have to fill in questionnaires. These questionnaires are usually very long and boring, and they have to be filled in on paper, which takes a lot of time from the children and the research team to actually analyze this data and put it in a computer to do some analysis on it. As well as the patients can really enter wrong information, and the questionnaires may not be as accurate without some form of validation. So the team has assigned us to build an application that digitalizes these questionnaires and makes them easy to use and easy to fill by the children and easy to gain access to the data by the researchers. So our solution is a three-tiered architecture. The client application, that's going to be on the iPads from the researchers. Then the applications are connected to a server, and the server is connected to a database which stores the information for the researchers to use. Our front end was developed using Ionic, using HTML and CSS. Ionic is a multi-platform development framework, so we used it to develop our application mainly on iPads, but can be scaled to different kinds of devices in the future. The backend was developed using AngularJS and then connected this to Firebase, and Firebase was connected to Google Sheets to display the actual information. Our achievements: we created an information page for the users to store their information. We did the digital representation of the questionnaires. We were able to store data in the database. Now the data can be retrieved and stored in a CSV format so the researchers can actually see them. Progress bar for each questionnaire was not done for just time constraints. And we created a navigation between the questionnaires, and each question has a different kind of validation, depends on the type of questions, whether it's a button or a text field or something like that. And then we have an exit screen to the questionnaires. So now I'm going to show you a live demo using, is this loading? Yeah, so we have this animation here, and then we start the questionnaire, we click begin. Now we've got to enter the CF ID, so the patient ID is entered. So we're just going to do a demo here. And then we choose one of the studies, question CF. Continue. Now there's an option to be, because parents have to fill in some information as well as children. So here we are presented with an option to choose whether you're a parent or a child. I'm going to use a parent. You get these four more options. So you get parent details, you have to fill them in. Parent barriers is one questionnaire, CFQ is another questionnaire, parent barriers 2 is for the other parent to fill in. And so let's start with filling in the parent details. So you enter the age, say 34, relationship to child, you got this selection here, marital status, level of education, work status. And then you click done, and then you can start one of these questionnaires. We'll start with one questionnaire called parent barriers. This is the instruction page. And now this one is a very simple questionnaire. Just choose between very likely, somewhat unlikely, and very unlikely. We're going to go through this. And then thank you for completing the questionnaire. We return to main menu. And then we can complete, for example, another child questionnaire. First, because we didn't enter the child details, we have to enter the child details here. So we choose a date of birth. We've got this slider here, choose whatever date, and then enter the age, gender, ethnicity, gender, and school year. Done. That saves it. So now let's see where the data we just entered, if it's stored in the database. So we opened up Firebase, we've logged in with our account, and then we choose this demo because this was the ID, and then we've got the child details. That's the child details we've entered, and the parent details. So I see that it's the same parent details we've entered, and these were the answers to the questionnaire. These numbers represent those different scores, so very likely is 4, and then very unlikely is 1, and somewhat is in the middle. Now if we want to see how it looks like as a spreadsheet, we'll just click sync here. It just loads, and then you got the child details, parent details, that's another questionnaire, and the parent barriers, because that's the one we completely filled in. That wasn't filled in properly, so it doesn't show that. And then we've got the rest of the questionnaires if we decide to fill them in. That's it. That's our application. Hope you've enjoyed this presentation. Thank you.